that time of year again. Got to sow your pumpkins. Right, now I've got I love trying all new different pumpkins. I don't really eat a lot of pumpkin or squash or things like that. Again, I'm probably the only person in my house that eats it, and we don't really do pumpkin pie in the UK, so it's not something we really consume a lot of. But I love growing the different shapes, different sizes, so I end up with loads of different packets of pumpkins. I grow 3 or 4 and then I end up with seeds left over. And it is a bit of a waste. So this year I haven't bought any new seeds. I'm just going to go through all my old seeds. So I'll spin the camera around and I'll show you what I've got in, and I'll show you a little tip as to hopefully how I should get my pumpkins from old seeds to germinate. It's just about playing the odds. So as you can see, I've popped my Atlantic Giant in, and these seeds, I think I've ripped the date off now. 2000, so by 2019, so they should be okay, but I have had these seeds now for the best part of, I don't know, 2 years, something like that, and I've never really had much success with it. But anyway, each one of those pots has a seed in. Very easy to sow pumpkins. You literally get a seed. Now this is not Atlantic Giant, this is Avalon, yeah, I think that's how you say it. This is a Thompson Morgan Avalon Squash. Now, I'd ripped off the packet and I can't really tell, but I think there it says sow by 20, possibly 18, possibly 15, not quite sure. But again, I know I've had these at least 2-3 years, so they could be proper old. And the seeds themselves, they look fine, but they're not the best. If you can see how they're particularly dry. So, 3 pots, I've already done these 2. I'm going to put 3 seeds in each pot, and even if I get a tiny percentage germination rate, which you really should get something, I'm hoping to have at least 1 or 2 pumpkins to squash it. I'm hoping to have at least 1 or 2 squashes from that old packet of seeds. I just like make a dib a little hole in, I pop the seed in. Ideally you want to pop it in on its side, cover it over, and they say with squash seeds it needs to be about 1 centimetre deep. Cover it over, I get a handful of compost, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Get yourself a Sharpie, other markers are available, and then write the name on the pot. Water, job done. And that's it really. And hopefully, with all my random packets of old squash and pumpkin seeds that I've got, if I get 2 or 3 plants out of all this lot, I'll be well happy. And it saved me a few quid, because I haven't had to buy any pumpkin or squash seeds this year. So there we go. So people, sowing my sweet corn, couldn't be simpler. Bog standard sweet corn that you can get from anywhere really. I do like Wilco seeds. I like Mr. Fothergill seeds. They're good seeds basically. I find they're cheap but good quality. I literally don't have any particular preference to my sweet corns other than easy to grow and they're sweet basically. That's all I look for on the packet. And as you can see, very simple way of doing it. 1 seed in each module, job done. Now again, these sweet corn seeds need to be used this year, 2018. So what you could do if you really wanted to, you could put 2 in each one to double your chances of germination, and then if you're lucky enough to get 2 germinate, you obviously pull them out and you get an extra plant. Even if you don't get one that germinates, then obviously you've got the air and a spare in the pod, as it were. Now I'm hoping that these should all germinate, to be fair, but what I will do is get another set of modules and sow the same again, and that way I'll have a fair few sweet corn to go at, and then I will probably sow some more sweet corn in the next maybe week or so. That then for me just helps stagger out the harvest period a little bit. I did it last year, it worked really well. because obviously I love sweet corn, but you don't want a glut of things. You don't want to be eating sweet corn all and nothing for a couple of weeks and then they're done. I staggered it last year and it was really nice. I had a few sweet corn for a long. I had a few sweet corn every week for a longer period of time, and it worked out quite nicely. So there we go. Very simple. And once you've got them, cover them out, give them a poke, cover them over, and that's it really. Nothing to it. Poke them in, cover them over. Job done. Everything I sowed is starting to pop up. Not bad. Sweet corn's coming up. The rocket's coming up. The white chard. More kale. Dahlias. Need to pop those tomatoes on, but they're doing a lot better than those ones. I've lost some to the cold. See? Shame really, but that's what happens. They had that cold snap, and even inside the unheated greenhouse it got too cold for them. Some more Swiss chard, sweet corn nasturtiums, iceberg lettuce, pumpkins just starting. So, oh, bang my head. All good really. It's just started to rain. Temperature in the greenhouse is what, about, what's that, 18? Right, chickens are fed, chickens are watered, collect the eggs and I'm off home I think.